For 47 hours, the Pentagon said nothing. No press briefing, no official statement, no confirmation, no denial. Satellite imagery showed smoke rising from a U.S. Navy vessel in the Persian Gulf. Iranian state television was broadcasting footage of missile launches. Social media was exploding with unverified reports of American casualties, and Washington was silent. When the military stays quiet after a potential attack on American forces, it means one of two things. Either nothing happened, or something happened that they're not ready to explain. Welcome to Global Warfare TV. This is the story of the 47 hours that almost broke the internet, and what the Pentagon was really hiding. February 12, 2026. 0342 hours local time. Northern Persian Gulf. The USS Carney, an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer, was conducting routine patrol operations 38 nautical miles southwest of Bandar Abbas. According to declassified Navy communications, the ship detected multiple fast-moving contacts at 0341. The radar signature was consistent with anti-ship cruise missiles. The Aegis combat system classified the threat in 0.4 seconds. 2 missiles, inbound, bearing 073, range 14 nautical miles, speed Mach 0.9, time to impact 56 seconds. The Carney's Combat Information Center executed textbook defensive protocols. 2 SM-2 Block 3A interceptors launched within 8 seconds of threat detection. What happened next should have been straightforward. It wasn't. The first SM-2 acquired its target at 11 nautical miles. The radar track showed convergence, impact imminent. Then the missile lost lock. According to the post-engagement analysis, the incoming threat executed a programmed altitude change at the critical moment. It dropped from 50 feet to 12 feet above the water surface. The SM-2 seeker couldn't reacquire against the sea clutter in time. Miss. The second interceptor was already tracking the second incoming missile. It connected at 6.2 nautical miles from the ship. One threat neutralized, one still incoming. What would you have done with 23 seconds until impact? Trust the CIWS? Order evasive maneuvers? Comment your answer below. The failing CIWS engaged at maximum range, 4,500 rounds per minute. A wall of 20 millimeters tungsten penetrators designed to shred anything in its path. The system fired 847 rounds in 4.2 seconds. Direct hits registered across the missile's airframe. The weapon began to tumble. Its guidance system was destroyed. But physics doesn't care about guidance systems. The missile, now essentially a 1,200-pound piece of unguided debris traveling at 680 miles per hour, continued on its ballistic trajectory. It struck the water 47 meters from the Carney's starboard bow. The warhead detonated on impact. The explosion sent a wall of water and shrapnel across the destroyer's forward deck. 3 sailors on watch were thrown to the ground. The ship's forward radar array took fragment damage. A fire suppression system activated automatically in a compartment that wasn't on fire. No fatalities. 7 injuries, moderate damage to non-critical systems. By any military definition, this was a successful defense. The ship survived. The crew survived. The mission could continue. So why did the Pentagon stay silent for 47 hours? If you're following this breakdown, hit that subscribe button. Global Warfare TV reveals what mainstream media won't tell you. Here's what happened behind the scenes. Within minutes of the engagement, the Carney transmitted a flash message to 5th Fleet headquarters in Bahrain. The report included radar data, engagement timeline, and preliminary damage assessment. By 0400 local time, the information had reached CENTCOM in Tampa. By 0430, it was on the desk of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and that's where it stopped. According to sources familiar with the internal deliberations, the Pentagon faced a dilemma. Confirming the attack meant acknowledging that Iranian missiles had come within 47 meters of striking an American warship. It meant admitting that one of the 2 interceptors had failed. It meant explaining why a $2.2 billion destroyer couldn't stop a $200,000 cruise missile on the first try. But denying the attack was impossible. Too many people had seen the satellite imagery. Too many ships had monitored the radio traffic. The Iranians themselves were already claiming a successful strike on American aggression. The third option was silence. Say nothing. Let the news cycle move on. Brief Congress in closed session. Release a carefully worded statement when the immediate pressure faded. This is standard practice when military operations don't go according to plan. Not because of conspiracy, not because of cover-up. Because public perception matters in geopolitics. If the United States confirms that Iranian missiles nearly hit an American ship, it creates pressure for retaliation. Hawks in Congress demand strikes. Cable news runs 24-hour coverage. Allies ask uncomfortable questions. If the United States retaliates, Iran escalates. Oil prices spike. The Strait of Hormuz becomes a war zone. Global shipping grinds to a halt. Sometimes silence is strategy, but silence has costs too. What's your assessment? Should the Pentagon have disclosed the attack immediately? Or was strategic silence the right call? Tell me in the comments. For 47 hours, the information vacuum filled with speculation. Iranian state media claimed their missiles had struck and severely damaged an American destroyer. They broadcast footage of the launches, footage that was real, alongside claims of destruction that were false. Social media accounts with suspicious activity patterns amplified the Iranian narrative. Within 24 hours, the hashtag US Navy sunk was trending in multiple countries. American credibility was taking damage that no phalanx system could stop. On March 21st at 1400 hours Washington time, the Pentagon finally broke its silence. Spokesperson Admiral John Kirby appeared at a press briefing. His statement was carefully calibrated. On March 19th, the USS Carney successfully defended against an Iranian missile attack in the Persian Gulf. The ship sustained minor damage. 7 sailors were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The Carney remains fully operational. No mention of the SM-2 failure. No mention of how close the second missile came. No mention of the 47-hour delay. When reporters pressed for details, Kirby deflected. I'm not going to get into tactical specifics that could benefit our adversaries. The briefing lasted 11 minutes. Support Global Warfare TV by hitting that thumbs up. Your engagement helps us dig into the stories others won't touch. But the story didn't end with the press briefing. 3 days later, the United States conducted a strike against an IRGC facility near the Iraqi border. The Pentagon described it as a response to ongoing attacks against American personnel. No direct connection to the Carney incident was acknowledged. But the timing was not coincidental. According to intelligence assessments, the strike destroyed a command and control node responsible for coordinating naval operations in the Gulf. 14 IRGC personnel were killed. Iran protested to the United Nations. They called it an act of state terrorism. They did not launch another missile at an American ship. For now, the Carney herself returned to Bahrain for repairs. The damaged radar array was replaced in 72 hours. The 7 injured sailors were treated and returned to duty within 2 weeks. But the questions lingered. Why did the first SM-2 fail to intercept? According to the Navy's technical investigation, the missile seeker was calibrated for targets at 30 feet or higher. The Iranian missile's terminal dive to 12 feet exploited a gap in the engagement envelope. The finding was classified. The fix was implemented across the fleet within 4 months. But for those 4 months, every American destroyer in the Gulf carried the same vulnerability, and someone in Tehran knew it. The 47 hours of Pentagon silence revealed something important about modern military communication. In the age of satellite imagery and social media, you cannot hide an attack. You can only choose how to frame it. The Pentagon chose delay. They calculated that 47 hours of speculation was less damaging than immediate confirmation, followed by pressure to escalate. Maybe they were right. No war started. Oil prices stabilized after an initial spike. The news cycle moved on to other crises. But credibility is a resource that depletes slowly and refills even slower. Every hour of silence fed Iranian propaganda. Every unanswered question became an opening for conspiracy theories. Every no comment was interpreted as evidence of something worse. The next time Iran launches missiles at an American ship, and there will be a next time, the Pentagon will face the same choice. Speak immediately and risk escalation. Stay silent and risk credibility. There is no good option, only trade-offs. The sailors aboard the Carney didn't have time for strategic calculations that night. They had 56 seconds to stop 2 missiles. They stopped one completely. They stopped the other from being fatal. That's success, even if it doesn't look like success on cable news. This is the reality of naval combat in the 21st century. Not every intercept works. Not every defense is perfect. And sometimes the most important battle happens in the press briefing room, not the Combat Information Center. The Persian Gulf remains contested waters. American ships patrol daily. Iranian missiles remain aimed at their decks. The next 47 hours of silence could be tomorrow. Stay vigilant, stay informed. I'll see you in the next one.